wherever there is Big Brother, controversy is never far behind. With 3 housemates now evicted, some people think there's possible racism behind the decisions of the other housemates. Laura is Fijian Australian, Alan is Chinese Australian, and Subong is Korean. Alan told the Huffington Post that it was a coincidence and just bad luck that he and the other two were evicted, but not everyone is so sure. Ben, is race even something that people would take into account when talking about nominations?
Look, I think that I have to be really honest when I say this, but I was on a pretty white series of Big Brother, and I couldn't use a purposeful example of that because in my series, there was a Lebanese person, and that was as far as we really went when it came to diversity. Also, I was the oldest person at 32 and the youngest was 19, so the age wasn't that diverse either. Yeah. But I would suggest this one thing, and I don't necessarily know the facts, so I will suggest this, and that is that it's definitely worth thinking about, and I can understand why people have drawn that conclusion. I have heard that he's not doing any discussions in the media at the moment today. And I certainly hope that isn't because of a racial issue that we have in this country, because if that, I'm going to re-clarify this. I'm just going to hope to God that it isn't a racial issue, but I don't know all the facts.
Look, here's what I would say. And yes, Subong was meant to be on our show today and has become unavailable, and we believe it's to do with this whole issue blowing up today. My personal opinion is that I can pinpoint why everyone has voted each contestant out of the Big Brother house. Laura was annoying people from the get-go, and we talked to Laura about that. Alan was a master strategician. You know, like, I love him, and I think he's a great person. I want him to be on our Eye on Big Brother video and podcast, and we think that's going to happen. But goddamn, I would have voted him out because I couldn't trust a word he said. He was there saying, Kieran, I'm not going to vote for you, and then I'm going to vote for Kieran. He will never see this coming. Subong went in, and I think we've got some vision of Subong. Why would you, I mean, there he is there, but we've also got some vision of him, the muscly man, which we'll get to in a moment. And he is a fierce competitor. There is no way I would want Subong in the challenges with me because he is just too fierce. He scares the bejesus out of me from a competitive point of view. And if you're thinking strategically in this house, where you know the person who wins the challenges is going to be the person nominating, you would know straight away the 2 people on my radar, 3 people, would be Subong, Dan, and Talia. You know, like, they are the 3 people I would be trying to get rid of straight away. Although, as I said last night, Talia I would keep with me because there's no way Australia's voting for her to win because they all hate her. But, you know, Robbo, do you think...
But they don't know that inside the show.
No, that's true. Robbo, do you think this is race-related?
I really don't, because if it was for a flimsiest excuse, then maybe you could draw the long bow. But, you know, there are so many people in that house. I really don't think it's a race issue at all. I agree with everything you just said. I wanted to vote those people out if I was in there, like you said as well, for what they were doing. I just, you know what, if 3 women, if it was all women that were evicted, you know, in the first evictions, then it would be a sexism thing. If all blondes were, you know, evicted, it would be, you know, things against blondes. If all redheads were, whatever. People are just out there like looking for outrage, looking for things to pick up on and do this and do that.
It's a really dangerous time at the moment. That's my only concern.
Would you not though?
Yeah,
would you not though? Like nominate all 3 of those people, because I would have, for exactly the reasons why most people did.
No, that wasn't my look, I hate to refer back to myself, but it wasn't my strategy. I actually got eliminated all the weakest players on the show, keeping the strongest people, and that was
I can't believe that worked for you, Ben, quite frankly.
Well, let me tell you, my bank account with the $250,000.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I can't believe that worked for you, and played.
But I'm just going to say, though, this is an anomaly, and I hope it's an anomaly, but it's just a really bad look at a particular time right now, because it doesn't take, like, as soon as it happened, and as soon as we saw that 3rd eviction, I went, oh, this just looks so bad. And the one thing I will say that's good about us talking about this is it is an anomaly, which is fine, but we should talk about race, and we should talk about it more. And maybe Big Brother, which represents and sort of mirrors society, gives us a chance for us to think outside the box and probably
Yeah, but the
avoid
people in
racism at
there,
all costs.
the people in there, they're all voting, right? They are voting for who they think is a threat. They're using strategy. And I've got to say,
That's what
if they're
they're
using
saying.
race, that would be bloody stupid, because choosing people to be voted out on race is not going to win you the game. So that's a stupid reason to vote.
I just don't
So
think that
if
that's
they are,
happening.
and I don't believe that's happening. I believe that people have looked at the qualities of these people. You know, like Kieran came close to getting voted because of the way he behaved. We have a situation where this is a game. We have to stop. You know what? We should be looking at it like, what are the reasons people voted? And if people went into that diary room, and my understanding is you can go onto the Seven website and see the whole reasons everyone gives for nominating everyone. No one's going to go in there and say, well, I voted them because he's Asian. No, seriously,
No, but
Subong
Yeah.
was a threat. Pure and
He
I
was
don't know.
doing,
Why do I have
like,
to?
push-ups
Why do I have to
with
be
one
so
finger.
honest? Oh. Can I just
Sorry,
say, why do
Robbo.
I have to be so honest? Yeah, go, Robbo.
No, I was just saying, when the man's in a cage and he's doing pull-ups with one
Yes.
finger, the whole show is based on challenges, and we saw with the first one especially, and the second one, that you needed to be very fit. You know,
Yep.
that's a massive advantage. I believe that it doesn't matter what race, nationality, whatever, that Sabong
can do push-ups with
was.
two
If he
fingers,
was the
you're out
same
of there.
person, yeah, if he was the same person, with a different color skin or a different nationality, he would have been voted out.
Yep.
I think the
100%
reason
agree.
why I want to we're going to wrap up on this, but I remember being at school in the 80s in primary school, and I remember the last people that were picked at sport were my Asian friends.
Yeah.
And I just remember the parallel was just right upon me last night when I watched that, and I just was like, are we still there? I'm saying, though, that I hope it's an anomaly, and I think
Well,
we
that's
have
the
to
other
believe
thing,
that.
Ben. It's a huge accusation to make in this climate, to be accusing those people of racism. You are tarring, that's defamatory. You are tarring these people with that brush, and based on no evidence except your
Actually, you know
assumption.
what, Rob? I'm not tarnishing
No,
those
not
people
you,
with
not
it. What
you. I'm talking about the
No.
media reports, not you, Ben. Sorry.
Yeah, because I'm certainly not saying that, because I'm saying that this is an anomaly because I don't have all the facts.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, because it is so similar to experiences like myself being in school and Asian people being picked last, it just was a parallel that made me think about it. And as I think about it and as I process it, I think Big Brother is a legendary show that reflects society, and it gives us time to think. And whilst this is probably an anomaly, I hope that Australia is thinking about it. And
Well, it's created a conversation, at least.
yeah, 100%. And I think that's the magic of reality television, is creating some conversations and having that magnifying glass put over society and just having a think about things a little bit.
It's the Ben, Rob and Robbo, Ben, Rob and Robbo, Ben, Rob and Robbo Show.